I don't know how many people are actually going to be on here today, but you can guarantee I'm going to have fun. There he goes.
There he is.
Two-time world champion.
There he
Shannon
is.
Shannon Briggs.
Look at him.
What's going on, baby? Appreciate you joining us today. You know, as I was doing my research, but of course on you, there was so much, man, that was on there that I don't think a lot of the people know. Besides the fact that you're a two-time world champion, man, you've been in the ring with some of the greatest legends in the sport ever, from Lennox Lewis to George Foreman to Ray Mercer to Vidal Klitschko. I think a lot of times the younger generation don't get a chance to really acknowledge, you know, your true experience and the things you've done. Tell us a little bit about that, champ. Tell the people kind of how you grew up and also how'd you get into the sport of boxing?
One more time, the last part of the question, brother. I'm sorry. I was just trying to get this
it's all
straight.
good. Just tell the people a little bit about how you grew up, because first of all, your resume is extensive. That's first.
Thank you, brother.
But tell people a little bit about how you grew up and what got you into boxing.
Well, I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. I started boxing, I want to say, around 87, 88. About 88. And, you know, I was just a kid growing up in Brownsville, Brooklyn, the same neighborhood as Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe.
Right.
And, you know, I wound up actually, me and my mom, we was homeless for quite some time. And during that period, it was pretty rough on me in the streets, in life. So I kind of fell into boxing. I was fighting a lot, and I was getting into trouble. And a friend of mine asked me to go to a gym. I went to the gym, and luckily, I met a guy named Jimmy O'Farrell, amongst a lot of other people that said, yo, you got some talent and that you should give this a shot. So I did that, and in doing so, I got on an Olympic team. By 92, I had made the Olympic team, and I wound up breaking my hand before the trials, and down here in Miami, Florida, of all places. And I was 92, and I wound up coming back eventually. But after that, I turned pro in 92. I went on to become, linear heavyweight champion. I lost my title to Lennox Lewis in 98, and then I won the title again in 2007, 2008 against Sergey Liakovich for the WBO title. And then, I just, in between that, I've, been fighting on and off, and had a few runs at the title, fortunately. Won some, lost some. Right. I had a great career, ups and downs, hills and valleys, but throughout all, it's pretty much been fun. And I can't say I've had a great life in traveling the world, meeting people, got to meet you and so many other people, and trained with some of the best trainers in the world, right, dating back to Teddy Atlas, George Benton. I trained with you name some of the greatest. Bojack. I literally trained with some legends. Been around some great fighters. Eddie Futch is a trainer. I trained with Emmanuel Stewart. Some of the best trainers and physical trainers as well, as far as strength coaches, Mackey, Tom Shaw.
Right.
You name some of the greats. You name them in sports and condition. Bill, Bill from Fast Twitch. I trained with some of the best. So I've been fortunate to have a great career.
I don't think a lot of people realize it. When I saw this number myself, I was like, this guy's had a real career. You've had 60 wins. 60. Think about that.
Yeah.
Right now, Floyd has been the guy who everybody looks at as being the GOAT, and with 50 wins, and you got 10 more than that. So
I never looked at it like that. Thanks, champ.
I mean, it says a lot about your experience. 60 wins, that's a lot of fights, brother. So, that experience in itself is enough said. Someone just asked me, ask Champ, does he remember Atlantic Ave selling watermelons in Brooklyn?
Damn, that's too funny. Yeah, I used to sell watermelons in Brooklyn. I used to sell watermelons on Atlantic Avenue. Yeah, for Jules. A dude named Jules. He used to have all the watermelon trucks, and I used to sell them over there. And sometimes he used to take me into Queens over there by the graveyard, and I used to be up there selling watermelons.
Right, that's funny. Crazy, man. It's those kind of stories that make it genuine, which make it unique, and that's why I like to do this interview so much, because it's so many things about the sport of boxing that people don't understand, especially with champs like yourself. The most recent is they like whatever's happened the last 3-4 years, but there's so much history that's come before that, and people being able to understand how you got there is extremely important. Now, with that being said, I'm getting to one of my favorite questions. The legends of the heavyweight division, right? The legends. We're talking about the ones you've been in the ring with. And then you got the heavyweights, which we have right now, right? How do you compare the legends of yesterday to the current champions of today?
I don't think you can. I mean, you know, everyone, it's different era, different sizes, you know what I mean? Different ways of training. Man is different in a sense, whereas, like, you know, it was a lot harder for people. I think, you know, in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and as time went on, life got easier. So men became more, you know, different times, make different folks. So it's hard to compare the mentality of a man from the 1910s to a man in 2020. You know what I'm saying? He's a man who walked 10 miles a day, you know, 20, 30 miles a day, you know, to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the mentality was different opposed to a man today who is totally uses a remote control for everything. You feel me?
Right.
So, and in that sense, but in another sense, men are bigger. Look at the size of Tyson Fury, for instance, as a heavyweight champion.
Right.
You know, look how big he is. But then you had guys like Jack Dempsey who fought giants of his time, and he went and knocked them out. So, you know, it depends. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard to say, champ.
Well, I know for a fact, I've been watching you for years, and I've seen for years guys not want to fight you for whatever reason, right? I'm not going to say they're dodging you, but I think a lot of guys
they scared of me, champ. Let's keep it real. They knew what it is.
You know, I wasn't going to say that, but, you know, a lot of guys are trying to put their record on the line, you know? And I understand it. And, you know, I read somewhere where Lennox Lewis stated that you're one of the hardest punchers that he's ever experienced, fastest hands or something like that. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah,
I heard that. And that says a lot about your talent because, you know, Lennox has been in there with a lot of dogs himself. So for all the people he's fought and he selected you as being that person, that says a lot about you. Now, my question is, since we were talking about the guys not wanting to fight you, if you were able to pick one heavyweight right now and you say, I want to fight that person, who would that be and why?
Heavyweight?
That's a hard one.
Heavyweight?
Heavyweight.
Vladimir Klitschko.
I think the whole world knew that was going to be the answer.
Yeah, Vladimir Klitschko.
Now, the question's going to be why? Because you fought his brother, correct?
Yeah, I fought his brother. But I fought his brother with one arm.
Oh, yeah.
I fought his brother with one arm for 12 rounds. My left arm popped. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
It popped in the first round. It had to go. Look, they had to come through this side with the knife.
You tore your bicep.
No, I tore the joint in the elbow pop.
Oh, the radio head, right?
Yeah, it pops the joint inside. Pop. I fought with one arm for 12 rounds. One arm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I almost knocked him out in like the 9th or 10th round. I can't remember. I got hit. I was getting hit so much I can't even remember.
Right.
But I wanted one thing. I just wanted to land. I just wanted to land one punch.
That's a big ass fist, man.
Let's go,
That's
champ.
a big ass fist.
Yeah, let's go, champ.
Now, you know, I think the whole world.
You know, I'm kind of crazy, Larry. You feel me? Like I could be chilling, but then I might think of something from the past, and I might totally flip.
You know, when I was telling people, I said one thing about him: if you gonna have him on, he's gonna show you some passion, and he's gonna have some fun. You can guarantee you're gonna have some fun.
Now I was chilling. I was chilling until you made me think of the fight, and I was thinking to myself, I fought him with one arm, and he said, you know what I'm saying? You know, his brother, both of them, they can't beat me. They can't beat me. You feel me?
Right.
Yo, nobody could beat me, and when I'm right, nobody could beat me when I'm right. When I'm right and I'm in shape, can't nobody beat me. Nobody.
Well, you seem like you stay in shape, though. You look like you always working. Every time I see you.
Right now, I'm getting ready right now. I'm getting ready for a fight. Getting ready right now.
Look, so you always look in shape.
I'm getting ready right now. Look at me. Look at me. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
You stay in shape.
Look at me. Look at me.
Here's another thing, though. I know a lot of people know you from boxing, right? A lot of people know you from boxing, but
got me bad. Chill, champ. Chill, champ.
Chill, champ.
I'm trying to chill.
Champ.
Chill, I'm trying to chill, champ.
Chill,
you feel me?
I know a lot
chill,
of people,
champ.
man,
My hat,
know
man,
you
please.
from boxing. They know your personality. Social media-wise, people have fallen in love with your style. And let's go, champ. Even had me saying, let's go, champ, right? And so my question is, I've seen you do boxing, but there's a lot of things people don't know. For example, I work with Badu Jack. People don't realize that you helped bring Badu to the U.S. and manage Badu. That's how he got his start, was with you.
That's my boy. That's my boy. He the champ. He the champ. I seen him in Sweden. Yo, Larry, there's a lot of dudes in boxing that the champ discovered.
Right.
I'm keeping it real. I love Badu. That's my brother. And he always say, yo, Shannon is a true brother to me.
Right.
You know, I met him. I love him. He's the champ.
Yep,
and I knew when I seen him,
I
seen him that he was going to be champion. I knew the first night I seen him, I was like, yo, I asked someone to introduce me to him, and I was like, yo, we was like glue. We match. I love that brother. But there's a lot of other fighters out there that the champ discovered and brought to America. Ask Badu. There's a lot of champions.
They're not trying to give you the respect, though. They're not trying to say it like that. Badu put it on his sleeve every time he talked. He always tell it.
You have to understand something. I don't need that.
Right.
I'm the champ. Let's go, champ.
I know you from boxing. I knew you from Badu. I heard about you years before I got a chance to really meet you with Badu. But one of the new things that you started, man, and I wanted to know how it felt. You added to your resume coaching. How does that feel to be able to?
I'm not. Listen. I'm not really a coach, champ. I wouldn't say I can coach. I've helped a lot of people. I can help coach, but I like to fight. You feel what I'm saying? You don't bring me to camp unless you're ready to fight war. Right. If you don't, I'm not for that. You bring me when you're war specialist, when you want to get nasty and you want to go in the trenches. That's why I'm fighting Bare-Knuckle, because I like it raw. I like it nasty.
You mentioned that. So you are going to go Bare-Knuckle.
Yeah. Huh?
You are going Bare-Knuckle, so you are going to do that now.
I'm fighting Bare-Knuckle and I'm fighting boxing. Both.
Right.
You see, Larry, I like you, Larry.
They ain't going to get in the ring with you. They're not going to fight you. I'm telling you, they're not going to do it.
I know. So what I'm going to do is, I figured it out. I'm basically going to knock out a pie a month. Every month, I'm going to knock out 2-3 pies a month. Every state, I'm just going to go knocking out pies every month. So when people say, yo, Shannon is literally going to kill somebody. But the good news is that people like to see shit like this. They like to see it. So as I continue to damage people, people going to say, yo, it's going to catch on like fire. It's going to say, yo, let's go see Shannon knock somebody's head completely off this week. So after time, they're going to just say, you know what, champ? Let's give him a title shot. I'm going to force him. I'm going to force the people to give me a shot.
Sometimes that's what you got to do, though. Sometimes that's what you got to do.